Hello, welcome to Top Stories on Crucial Television. My name is Hyacinth Alapa. On Top Stories today, El-zakzaky's daughter talks tough, counters IMN spokesman on suspension of protests. The daughter of Ibrahim El-zakzaky, leader of Islamic Movement of Nigeria, IMN, Suhaila Zakzaky, has reacted to the group's suspension of the usual street protests, calling for the release of her father. Suhaila declared that the protest would continue until her father was released. She said this in response to a directive by IMN's president of Media Forum, Ibrahim Musa, suspending the street protests, calling for El-zakzaky's release. In a video she released, El-zakzaky's daughter said Musa cannot speak on behalf of the group, stressing that his comments are not the official view of IMN. She said, even as I speak right now, earlier today there was a protest in Abuja, and there will be tomorrow, and there will continue to be on every weekday. I just wanted to clarify because I saw news agencies stating that the spokesperson of this movement released the statement. Take a listen to what Suhaila has to say.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Suhaila Ibrahim El-zakzaky, and I'm making this video to address the issue of the press statement that went out today that was saying that the Islamic movement had decided not to continue with the protests going on in Abuja. This is not the official view of the Islamic movement, and the protests are continuing. And even as I record this video right now, earlier today there was a protest in Abuja, just as there will be tomorrow, and there will continue to be protests just as they have been for the past years on every weekday of the week. And I just wanted to clarify as well, because I saw that a lot of these news agencies were stating that the spokesperson of the Islamic movement wrote this statement. First of all, the Islamic movement has no such thing as a spokesperson, and the person who wrote this article is the chairman of the Media Forum, and also the editor of the Al-Mizan newspaper. The Media Forum, just like the numerous forums we have in the Islamic movement, is just a forum that is there for people within that field to have their own space and have their own activities within the Islamic movement. Just like we have like academic forum and so many other forums dependent on that pertain to different fields, basically. And and I also wanted to point out that this is the reason why this is very important to clarify is because this can be used to frustrate the efforts of these protests. And in this press statement, I noticed that this person wrote that if any protests is seen conducted in Abuja, that it may have been carried out by some security forces or other people trying to impersonate the Islamic movement. But that is not true, and this person has nothing to do with the people organizing these protests that have been going on in Abuja for the previous years and are still going on and will continue to go on until El-zakzaky is free. So I just wanted to make that clear very briefly.
That was the daughter of El-zakzaky. All right, reacting to the shiites, everything about their protests, the suspension, and all that, the daughter of El-zakzaky, that is Suhaila, is saying that Ibrahim Musa is not the spokesperson for IMN. In fact, she is saying that IMN does not have what they call spokesperson, that what is available is just Media Forum, which is like any other group or any other forum that you'll find in IMN. So the group does not have what is known as a spokesperson. That Musa Ibrahim, who released the statement, is just writing in his capacity and he is not speaking for IMN. Now, she has said that the protest is going to continue on a daily basis, that is every day of the week, and that they are not ready to stop in spite of the proscription by the IGP on behalf of the federal government. Now, what is the implication of this? Suhaila is damning the consequence. She is saying, whatever happens, we don't care, we don't give a damn on whatever happens. That what government has said, it's, in fact, they can say anything they want to say, but the protest is going to continue until her father is released. Now, this is very daring. This may take another dimension that we do not know about, but it's a very dicey situation right now. The federal government is still not ready to release El-zakzaky. According to the federal government, that keeping him is in the best interest of the entirety of Nigerians. But the group, that is the Shiite movement, the IMN, is saying that they won't give up, they won't keep quiet, they won't be cowed, they won't be chickened out to back down on the street protest. You recall the last protest that happened in the FCT that turned very, very violent. There were destructions of properties, there were killings. You recall the police in charge of FCT operations who was killed in that protest that turned violent. You also remember Owolabi, the young youth copper with Channels Television, that was also murdered in that protest alongside other IMN members. Now, the group is talking tough, and it's saying that whatever government does, that they will not back out. They will keep protesting on a daily basis. It's a developing story. We'll remain on this story. We'll keep talking about it. But this is my advice to the federal government. IMN has been proscribed. We know that. But the resultant effect of the use of force is going to result to casualties. That means if you find the IMN protesting on the street, maybe violently, that means innocent lives may go for it. The Nigerian police should get what is known as rubber bullets, and then there are trainings that they have to undergo in this kind of situation, so that you may not completely rule out casualties, because in times of war, in times of crisis, casualties may occur, but you can limit to the barest minimum the number of casualties that may likely happen. You can see from the pictures on the screen right now the destructions that happened in the last violent protest between the IMN and then the Nigerian police. You can see on your screen the NEMA van destroyed. You can see the road littered with a lot of unspeakable things, human beings there, here and there. So the government must garner intelligence. The government must do all it can professionally to ensure that this does not escalate beyond what we can handle. Okay, negotiators should be brought on board, to be involved in trying to see how we can manage this situation properly. It's a very dicey one, it's a very sensitive one, so we need to tread cautiously in order to minimize the consequences of our actions. Okay, this is the much we can take at this time. Like I said earlier, it's a developing story. We're going to stay on it, ensure that you get all the angles to it, to ensure that you are carried along with every bit of events that will come out from this story. It is Top Stories on Crucial Television. My name is Hyacinth Alapa. Join us again.